So this is a 3D figures problems part 1. So our first problem here, part A, states that determine the volume of a sphere with diameter 10 meters. This is a quite simple problem. We have no diagrams here, so we really just we are given the diameter, and if we're given the diameter, we know that the radius here in this case is 5. And so if you recall from the previous lesson, the volume of a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. So here the volume is equal to 4/3 pi, and r is 5, so 5 cubed. And so if you solve this, you get 166.6767 pi meters cubed. And again, when you're dealing with these types of problems, you can further evaluate the value of pi and multiply that by 166.67. However, it's just more exact to just leave it as 166.67 pi meters cube here as the volume. So that's our first problem here. Now let's move on to part B. Determine the surface area of a cone with diameter 20 meters and height of 25 meters. So if you recall again, now in this problem we were looking at the volume, now we're looking at the surface area, right? So here we're looking at the surface area of a cone. And so the formula here for the surface area for a cone is surface area is equal to pi r squared plus pi r s, or pi r l. L or S, whatever you want to say, is your slanted height, or again that lateral height that we're looking at. And again, if it was determine the lateral surface area, then we would only be looking at pi rs, right? Again, lateral surface area indicates that we're excluding the areas of the bases, so we would not be considering pi r squared. But this is to find the overall surface area. So we know that the diameter is 20 meters, therefore the radius is 10 meters. So we have pi, and then we have 10 squared, right? We have pi here, and then we also have the radius again being 10. Now we have the slanted height, and exactly how do we find it? So if you just try to imagine a cone, right? Exactly how it looks like, you will see that it's more like the hypotenuse, right? So you have your height using the Pythagorean theorem. You have your height. You will do h squared, right? Squaring the height plus r squared, and doing the square root of that should give you the length of your slanted height. So here you know that your height is 25, so doing this, doing square root of 25 squared plus r in this case is 10, so plus 10 squared. So really the length of your slanted height, or your L or your S, that is equal to the square root of 25 squared plus 10 squared. And so you have your surface area, right, is equal to pi, and then we have 10 squared plus pi 10 times 10, and then our slanted height is this over here. We have the square root of 25 squared plus 10 squared, right? And now if you further evaluate this, you get that the surface area is somewhere like 369 pi units square. And again, remember that here we're finding the surface area, so your units will be units square. Here it was volume, therefore it was meters cube. So be careful with your units. So this answer over here is 369 pi units square. This one was 166.67 pi meters cube. So thanks for watching.